Hey guys, this is James Vogel. We're going to be playing 10 games of backgammon today, training against XG, a program that never makes a mistake. But we're going to try and learn something, check a player's cube action to take your game from intermediate or advanced through to world class. Let's get on with the action. Hello everyone, this is the second session, round 2, games 11 to 20. Lucky Jim, that's me, what people used to call me back in the day, against XG Gammon. We're off. 2-1, opening roll. Let's see how we play today. I'm feeling pretty fresh. I managed to sleep about 5 hours, and I've been down to the pool for a few hours, so this is about as tanned as I get. And a good start. Here we go. Wow, so 2 very one-sided games to start, and we're being cubed, we've been blitzed. We just have nothing here. He's well ahead, and I just think it's a pretty easy pass. So we're on game 3 already, and that's taken about 45 seconds. Nothing particularly great so far. That happens in backgammon. You have a lot of pretty sort of standard games where there's not that much to think about, and then other games where you really have to stop and think all the time and much more challenging. Okay, so 5-4. First instinct, in a way, it's possible to just clear this point, but it's a very close race, 129 to 132, and we don't really want to be hit with 2s and double 5. Sorry, 4-5, 6-3. No, it's just too much. Too much. We're going to find a safe play here. I think we'll just do this. So another holding game pattern. We're slightly behind in the race this time. I don't really see anything other than this. It's not pretty. Another 2-4. So I think we just have to clear this point, even though we want to keep it. But there's not much else. That didn't look like it was the absolute number 1 play, but it wasn't an error. Slightly better just to come down to the bar and leave a shot. Maybe, I guess, because he's got 2 blots open. I'll keep the point in front. But 0.018 error. It's not even a 0.02, so it's not even an error. It's just like not the number 1 play. So I'm not good enough to sort of worry about things like that, to be honest. Just try and get the main themes right. And now, it looks like this is a play to control the outfield. Well, I blundered here already. So let's go and have a look at that. So it would have been better to play behind, stacking on the 2s. That's ugly. Quite surprised about this. It's really unusual to stack all those checkers up on the 2 and not have a board. I guess this way we get hit with a 2-5, 3-4, 6-1, and when he rolls numbers like 6-3, 6-4, 6-5 coming out and around the corner, we're not back on the 18 to hit him. We're going to only have these 2 men on the 8 and 6, so I can see why that was wrong, looking back. But I better just be a little bit careful here. Sometimes when you make one error, it leads to the others. This is the other choice. Sort of hanging back. Does keep outfield coverage, makes an extra point in the board, but 2-5, 3-4, 6-1 is 6 shots out of 36. Quite a lot to leave, and this is a natural point in front of him. They both got merit. This is like a toss-up. It really is a toss-up for me. And when it's a toss-up, I usually go with my first instinct. So I'm just going to play this. And I think it was right. Let's have a look. Yeah, making the 1 point would have been an error. So that's often for me the case where when plays are close, and I'm really not sure on either one, I can see merits for both. I go with my first instinct usually. Here we go. Now, 5-2. Not the greatest roll in the world, but we're not really here to analyze whether a roll's good or bad. It's irrelevant. We just have to play what we got to the best of our ability every time. So there is like a safe play like this, and I'm just 13 behind, and I don't like it. I think not pretty, but I think we have to hit with a 2, and that's going to be the only 5, and this is ugly. But he hits with 5s, 1, 4, and 3, 2, 15 shots. But if he doesn't hit me back, we're in a strong position winning the game. It isn't pretty. It's just like, if there's one thing in backgammon, when you're ahead in the race, when you're behind in the race, look for contact or try and do something else. I mean, if I just make some passive play, I'm just losing. I think you just have to hit here. And he has got a blot on the 6. So if he doesn't come in, even if he hits us back, we can come in and maybe hit back. So now he entered. So it looks like I'm going to have to leave another shot. Now after this roll, I'll just play it down just to see the pip count. 76, 76, we're dead square. So now that we know the race is close, what are we going to do? If we have to leave a shot, it's usually best to leave a shot with the most upside. So if I play this, I leave 5s, 3s, 1, 2, and 1, 4. 24 numbers. 2/3 of the time he's going to hit 24 out of 36. But when he misses, I've got 2s to play 5 to 3 to cover, 1s, 4s. I'm really in the driving seat. But just a lot of shots. But what's plan B? I mean, whatever I do, if I do this, it's 20 shots and level race. If I do, I can't really see any alternative. I think you just have to do it. That was another error. So it's best just to come down like this. I guess it's slightly fewer shots. If he does roll a combo of 1, 3, and 5, then we've got 4 men to build on him. It does look prettier. Right, so he's in the air and we're being doubled. 5s and 3s, 1, 2, 1, 4 is 24, but a third of the time he doesn't come in or he doesn't hit. Oops, sorry, what happened here? I think it's a pretty easy take. Yeah. So he hit us, but I had to crash his board, and we come in with a 5, and now we've got a 3. We hit him on the outside, and now we've swung the game back already. It's looking like we're about to recube here. We're down in the race, but he's got 1 on the bar. We've got 1s and 5s to covers, 3, 2 to attack. Lots of good stuff happening. How's he going to come home? I think we're going to recube here. And he takes. So, what now? Play the 1 here. Play the 1 here. We could play the 5 in just like this. It's safe, and 2s and 3s attack next time. But often, it feels like maybe this is slightly better. Because it controls the outfield a bit more and we get some other fly shots later. A little bit like this. Now we haven't covered, we've got to still leave a shot, but I think if we play like this, we've got the maximum number of covers next time, and if he hits us back, return shots. I managed to make a mistake there with a 5-4, playing with slightly fewer blots, even though I guess here you've got 2s and 6s to cover, it's plenty. Pretty much everything covers next time, and 1s lift up, and I only play with 1 blot, so if I'm hit back, I've still got really good winning chances, whereas the way I played like this, if he hits me and I fan or something, some accident's going to happen, so I can see why that was obviously wrong straight away. Okay, so now we can hit him to not anchor. We don't really care if we get hit back, and this has some gammon opportunities. The other play just to come in like this, and maybe we point on him next time. Leaves three spares attacking on the 1 point, and takes the checker off. Doesn't leave a shot. I don't like this because next time I think we're just going to play this. I think this is better. Double 3. That's one of them for sure. Now, maybe we could switch with all of them. No shots, 2 on the bar. The other option, just to make this play of taking 1 off and coming home, but then he anchors on the 1. I like the switch. It's a sort of compromise. Pretty safe. Has gammon opportunities if he stays out a few times. If he hits us back like this, we've still got plenty of men off and should win the game. Yeah. So there's plenty of stuff in that. So the first 2 games were no-brainers, no decisions, and I made quite a few mistakes that game. So I probably only played that game. We're going to see the rating of the game now. Well, just about world class, 4.59 on that particular game, but there were a few avoidable errors. On we go. Feels like the tempo of these games I'm playing slightly quicker. Yesterday was the first session I played against the computer in many years. Maybe half a dozen years. I probably haven't played a 10-game session against the computer before. The more I play, the more confident I'm going to get. I'm going to see the moves a little bit quicker. Try and explain them with a bit more clarity for you. Right, so here, first decision of the game, and it feels like it's just no reason to come off the anchor now. There's nothing great on the other side of the board, but here, the anchor really is one of our assets in this game, and he's got a pretty good attacking opportunity. So I think we're going to leave that and just start building the board, and yeah, we leave a shot with a 1 like that, but it was worth it to keep the anchor. Okay, now we got a 6. Looks like we got a hit, and wow, maybe just come down to the bar, which was actually my natural instinct, but I didn't do it. This was funny. I never mentioned anything, but this was just the play that popped into my head when I saw the 1-6, and then when I actually came to move the checkers, this was the position at the start, and I entered with a 1. It just looked so obvious to hit with a 6, even though my natural instinct was to come down. So I guess the idea is here, you've got a nice sort of 2 anchors, you're not scared, you just put the checkers where you want, not leave those 2 blots. It's funny, the more and more you play, the more you need to just trust your instinct. Okay, so anyway, meanwhile we're facing a cube here. In the 1 and 4 point we do have a lot of game, but our timing's not great, so how are we going to keep this board without cracking? I guess we could roll a 3 or a 2 from this backman on the 24 and then play them out. This is kind of a difficult one for me because there's a lot of play left in this game, but on the other hand, I'm kind of veering towards a pass here. This is one of the things where if I was playing all the time, I'd have my reference points sharp, and this would just be an obvious answer. But because I'm so rusty, on the checker plays, it's much easier because you can compare one play compared to another and just go with the best and eliminate the worst or what looks natural. But when it's a cube action, you really just sort of have to be sharp on your reference points and know these kind of positions. I think I'm going to take, because if I take and I'm wrong, it's probably not that bad. Whereas if I pass and it is a take, it could be wrong by a lot. So I'm really not sure about this, but I'm going to try it. And it was actually a pass, probably by about 0.05. So it's not that bad. It was a sort of between an error and a blunder. It was a bad take. Again, first instinct was to pass, and I talked myself into a take, but not the end of the world. So here, 3 is clear, and I don't want to do this because next time if I roll something like double 4, double 3, we're just going to crunch. And the key here is just to keep, even though it's not really a great backgammon 1 and 4 point, we just want to stay in the game like this. It's all about timing, and if we're hit, we're hit. It's not the end of the world, but you just need to maintain timing, and we're running very short of timing here. Okay, so we built a pretty decent board, and now I mean, my first instinct is to run with one man. It's really ugly though when we get attacked. So many more gammons. But this way, or even like this, might be right. I think I'm just going to go for this. It's just too ugly to leave straight away. Now we go to 2-1. Technical error. I had a blind spot. I didn't even see that play. So that's interesting. And now, like, this is just so obvious with a 2-1 here. To switch from our 3 point to cover all the points, and it's just a blind spot. I just didn't see it. And that comes from just being out of practice. I'm pretty sure if I play backgammon every day for a week, I wouldn't miss something like that. Perhaps I'm not used to doing blogs and I wasn't particularly focused. Classic ace point game now. Hope to get another shot, and obviously hit it. Now I could cover the ace, but I don't want to burn any pips to save the gammon. I bring it in, and now I'm forced to go. It's amazing because I feel like I made so many mistakes in these last 2 games, and I'm still managing to play a 4.2, which is about world class. But it's going to be exciting. Well, I don't know about exciting, but if I can just sharpen up and eliminate those errors, it makes such a big difference when a couple of like plays, some things you're just going to get wrong, the 2 decisions you're not sure about a play. Everyone makes errors out of judgment, but when you miss things like that 3-2 and switching points, which is just obvious plays, it's just something that can be eliminated so easily. Okay, so let's focus on this game. 4-2. My first instinct was just to play this. It's a little bit passive, and he's going to do something good. The other player is to come in with a 2 and hit with a 4, and I think it's better because it keeps him off balance when he's about to make a point, and also we've got a stronger board, so we want to get involved in a hitting war because we've got a 2-point board and he's only got a 1-point board. So 5-3, we have two options. We can point on his head with a 3-point, like that. It's quite pretty. He anchors with a 5, hits back with a 2. Or we can hit on the outside, and I think this is much better. 3 is a duplicate where he anchors, escapes another man. Yeah. So here's the 1, and we have a choice of just covering this 3 here, or making the 5-point, and I think this is clearly correct. It's such a beautiful structure for the whole game. Yeah. Developing into an interesting game, prime versus prime. It's crucial to hit there, take away that blot he had and come to the edge of the prime. That's the only 4. Okay. Now it's worth stopping and having a think. Do we have anything here? I think so. I think this is a cube. Very likely eventually we're going to make this bar point and have a 5 prime in front of him, and yes, we have 3 stuck behind his 4 prime, but I think we're going to have time to get out. And this is just got to be a double. So much for got to be a double. It was no double, and doubling was an error by 0.08. So I guess he's got an anchor. Even if he gets hit, we've still got 3 behind the 4 prime, and he's going to, just because there's so much play and he has an anchor, he's going to have a take for a long time. And as I mentioned yesterday, one of my errors in backgammon is doubling a little bit early. And that was a good example of it. So 6-1, obviously we can make the 6 prime like this, but then if we roll, we don't roll a 5 or a 6, we escape and we're going to have to crack. He's got 2 on the bar, so I think we just come out with a 6 and flip with the back to give us flexibility to start moving, and we can always make this 6 prime later. There's no rush. He's got 2 on the bar. Apparently there was, and 6 primes are obviously good, and I guess if we rolled a 4 we could always just break this back point. Even double 4 is no disaster. So I was thinking a little bit too forward looking there, too clever. That was just wrong. Okay, so we come in with 3, which gives us air to get out with a 6, and we've got a 1 to play. And we've got 2 choices. We can anchor up, which is pretty good. We don't get attacked. It's 6 away, and we leave this point slotted. In fact, I like this. I mean, the other players, just to do this. I mean, now that we have the anchor, is it so bad if he hits us with a 4? No. I like this play. There's the 4, and we come out for the 5, even though we leave lots of shots. It preserves our timing for the game. Now this is a pity. So 1, we come up again. It's a timing issue. And notice he's not cubing us here when we have a 1-3 game. So the question is it because we're going to have a take anyway, or is it because he thinks he's too good, the computer? And I think he thinks he's too good, because whilst we've got what's known as a back game, we've got absolutely no timing here. It's a busted back game. So he's playing on for the gammon, and he can always cube us out later. So we're at his mercy here. And our board's already cracking. I just can't do this and burn this checker, like 0 chance of winning. I think just come up here like that. So is there any point of even hitting and trying to do something constructive? Because he can just cube us whenever he wants anyhow. I'm not sure. Yeah, I think we probably do. I think we do that. Just to buy us some time. Hope to escape a couple of checkers. Unfortunately, we haven't. Got to keep the 1 point here. So we're busting the board. You know what? This is just coming home, and it's not that exciting. Let's give him a backgammon. We're not worried about the score of the match. We're just practicing, and we can get on with the next game. Something more exciting other than trying to save a gammon. And if we can't, you can keep us out anyway. So let's make this 11 point, much underrated 11 point. It's a really good point to have. So we come in with 2, and we got 2 more. Now we can make the 5 point, which is always good, but it leaves the 6 point stacked and a blot on the 8 point. Or we can make the 3 point, which is quite pretty and leaves all these points in front of no blots. I don't know. I think the 5 point is pretty good here. Not sure about it though. Probably slightly better. So his double 3 changed the whole game. Instead of being stuck back there, he's at the edge of the prime now. We roll a 6-5. Again, obviously I can see it that we can just run, but level race and he'll just attack us. I don't like it. We keep the anchor. I think we're going to try this. And that was my first blunder for quite a while. Did look at the play, but it was just better to run. I guess we're escaping a prime. My play wasn't left shots here and dumps one on the ace, and we just stuck back on the 3 point. And I guess here he doesn't have so much ammo to blitz us and attack us. If he hits us here, we can come back in the 5. So I just got that one wrong. No excuses, plain and simple. Okay, so, sorry, who won? We hit with a 1, now we've got a choice of 2s. We can play passively, just coming up here, giving us space. We can hit a second man on the outside, but that loses the midpoint, leaves lots of blots. Or we can hit him on the 4 point like this. It's a super attacking play. If he hits us back on the 1, we might re-enter and make the 4 point. It's not so bad. If he hits us on the 4, it's not great. But we're fighting for the point we want. It's interesting. So what are we going to do? I think we hit on the 4 point because if he rolls a 4, he's got the anchor on the edge of the game. It's so good for him anyway. I think we fight for the point we want. Like that. And it's so good when he misses. We're really in the driving seat now. So when you've got to make a play, often try and make the play with the most upside. Now again we can hit again, but I think we just that was the 2. So this is one game here. If he doesn't come in, we've probably got a cube. The other idea is, whilst he's on the bar, to step out and anchor. He's only got a 2 point board. It leaves him 1s, 4s, and 5s though. It does get us moving. We saw with that 6-5 before it wanted us to come off this 22 point all the way to the 11. That is a theme. 2 we absolutely know. Better than hitting. This is interesting. So if we make this play, if he doesn't come in, do we have a cube? Maybe, but it's a pretty easy take for him. It's got we haven't got that much ammo, and he can come in next time and make the anchor. We're still stuck back, but it is. You know what? If he comes in, I just think it's too bad here. I think we need to. Sorry. I think we need to step out here. I'm not sure, but I'm going to play this. Oh, I debated it for too long and made a big blunder. You see, my rating just went from a 4 or something to expert. So this is the first time in 16 games we're not even playing world-class level. This was just so much better. I guess just volunteering a shot on the ace point like we did was just crazy. We live and learn. in with the 3. And we could make the ace point again, but I think we step up here. Ourselves play. 6-4. Step out, escape, make the point on the outside. We're controlling the outfield now. And he's got the 3-point game. You know, we just, even though good things can happen, we just don't have a double. Not yet, anyway. And I think even now we can escape or something before cubing. There's no particular rush here. Even if we hit or something, we don't lose our market by much. So now, this is immediately obvious for me what to do. We can come out with this. We can come out with a 4 and. I mean, that does have the advantage of playing with one blot and escaping, making a prime, but if he rolls with 6, he escapes with the man he wants to, where I don't particularly like that. I mean, there is this play. Adds to the prime. Now he can only escape with 5s, but he attacks with 5s, 1s, 2s, 3s, leaves 3 blots. Just too much when we're winning the game anyway. I think we're going to go for this. Makes a point. He hits us with 6s, but we escape. And I don't think there was much in any of those plays. Okay. I do want to come up here to give ourselves some light, but I just don't like playing with 3 blots. But here, if he makes the 5-point now with any combo of 1s, 2s, and 3s, how do we escape? So I think we've got to be brave and step up to the edge here. Okay, double 4 makes that point on the prime, and safety's a man. Now, 6 pips ahead, but even then, let's escape. Let's just get out of there before we leave a shot, before we double rather. Now I think we've got enough. We've got a race lead of 11 pips. We've got a direct threat with the 2s, the 6s. It's just too good a game not to double. So we do. He takes. And here we are. So 1, 2, 3, 4. You know what? This is just pretty dull now. It's just coming in, escaping, coming around and going for a gammon. So I think let's resign this game. And just get on with the next one. Something interesting might happen. So we had this opening roll to start with the 6-5 yesterday, and we know what to do. The more we play, the more positions come up, the more things we sort of remember where we don't have to use judgment or think. But they're just reference points. We've seen them before. So we can hit and start this aggressive style of game. So the 2 covers, get moving with a 6. Seems like a waste to spend a double 1 doing that, but it's obviously right. Five, 4. Play isn't immediately obvious to me, so let's go through the choices. We could safety this man and play this in. That duplicates 1s, and it's pretty neat. 40-point race lead. He's hitting with 1s, 2s, and 4s, and 1s here. It's kind of neat. Another play is to actually just make the point. I mean, that leaves an awful lot. 1s, 6s, 3s. That's a very strong board for the whole game. Not sure. Oh, let's go for this. I don't know. Blunder. I think I even looked at this play. Duplicates the twos nicely. So my play was the other play I was thinking about was second best. This one was best. I guess my play here was just too big. Let him attack too much. Okay, so now we're up 50 pips. Things like double four. Even if we just hit with the 2 and come down and blitz, we've got to activate the gammons and cube here. Like this. Now we go all out, bring him in round to try and win a gammon. And you know what? There's not that much interesting play. I think we're going to resign this one and get on with the next game as well. Just because bearing off against the 2-point game just isn't that exciting. Spend our time doing something a little bit more constructive. Maybe some more thematic or sort of structural positions will come up. Now I could hit here, but I think I'm just going to make this sort of play with that useful spare on the 8-point, not panic. Slightly better to have come out, I think, just to step up and attack there. I played that a little bit too fast. And now we have a choice. I think the bar point looks nice and smooth and leaves all the spares and we get split. That looks good to me. So hit with a 4, 6 is automatic. Now we fan and it's double pass. He's ahead, we're in the bar, we're attack, we've got nothing, it's just a clear pass. And now we've got 2 more games. I'm going to play a little bit slower and really try and focus on these moves and getting them right because I'm not playing quite as well as yesterday. Maybe they've been slightly harder decisions. My rating's 4.89 on the session and I was hoping for a little bit stronger than that. So try and have a good finish, really focus. No pressure here, it's just so far to go. He doubles, but it's a very easy take. Now the first choice of the game, really, we come in with a 5 and make our 5-point. Does spread our legs to be attacked here. He's got 1s, 2s, and 3s, 4s, 5s, everything hits except 6s, which make the bar. But it does give us the 5-point. He has only got a 2-point board. The other option is to make this anchor, so at least we're in it for the whole game and play the 5 down. But this just looks way too passive. I'm going to go with this play here. And it was wrong by a lot. It was better to make the anchor, keep us in the game for the whole time. I guess here, it's quite instructional actually. I made a blunder, quite a big one, double blunder, 0.158. It was so much better to make this anchor because when they make the play I did, and he's got all those checkers 6, I can just get gammon and blitzed here. Got 4 blots, no anchor, clear blunder, deserve to be punished. Okay, 5. I don't really want to come up, I want to stay back and keep pressure, but the only other 4 is to come down. I think we have to come up. Six one. So we're really stuck in the race here by 50 pips. We got the 5-point anchor. We got both 5 points. They say when you got both 5 points, you should win the game, but we're obviously not all idioms are true. Not sure. The one looks nice here. It's sort of smooth and spread the checkers, and I don't love this at all because when you're down in the race, you want to stay back, but Okay, so double six, we're back in the game. Two more to play. It's one option. For some reason I quite like this. It leaves control everywhere, checkers spread, and if he hits us back, we've got a shot on the 4 point. That was another error. Again, first instinct slightly better. We could just make the point. He runs out with fives and sixes. I think we attack him with a 2 and come around the corner with a 6. Maybe even we, sorry. We hit with a 2 and a 6. Duplicates fours, leaves it spread, way too many blocks. Maybe we do this. We've got loads of returns to cover, and yeah, I like that play. Somehow we're turning this game around. The idea is not really to point on the 2 point, but I can't really see anything else to play. I think we have to do that. We have double 4. So I think this sort of controls everything. Outfield makes a nice 10 point. Do we miss? Hope to hit another D. Okay, sorry, 6-5, so I'm just having slot the 4 point, do we slot the ace point as well? Six is there, and I think we make the point, so we're ready. Block, but same thing again. Totally ready. Some pressure. I think we don't love it, but we have to come around the corner. That was a big blunder. Wow. Look at this play. I made the second. I mean, actually, even this was better than my play. Mine was a 0.17 error. So I guess when you do this, it's like, how do you win? You know, he's got to leave a fly shot. You hit it this way. There's so many numbers where he hits where you're going to get double shots, and when he hits, he's got a blot on the ace. I think I was too quick there. I think I could have found that play. I really thought about it. So 3-2. 2 looks obvious, and the 3 just too big to come out and challenge. I think we just got to do this. I think we split. Small error. Better just to get the point and hope to hit a fly shot. Okay, and there's not much extra in this game. Oh, last chance. Missed. Okay. So we're going to move on to the final game. Made so many blunders, 13.76. Not great in my challenge to become world class in 100 games, to remember how to do that. Well, there's one left game and we pass. So, not the greatest session of my life. I was rested, relaxed, no excuses, but there were quite a few mistakes. I only played at expert level, rating of 6, which isn't particularly good. Um, um, Overall now, we played experience 20 games and we're playing at a 5.2, which is expert. So today's showing was rather poor. But I hope I learned something from the blunders. There were plenty of them, and I'll come back tomorrow stronger. See you soon.